What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute, I've been gone a while. Life, that's all I can say is life, but I'm back. I have been working on the bike here and there, so as you can see, we have some changes. So today's going to be the first ride with the new clip-ons. We got the Halo driven clip-ons installed, and I also went ahead and ordered the 19 RCS brake reservoir and lever kit. Came with the Brembo reservoir, so as you can see, that's looking real nice. We're gonna hop on the bike and talk about all the things that we've done while I've been gone. That's primarily it, but man, what a difference it's made. Also got the stainless steel brake lines, front and rear. So as you can see, oh yeah, and also just put these stickers on there. So I'm not sure about these GSXS stickers. I do love the 750 here on both sides, right on the carbon fiber. I don't know if you can see it here. And I also put the 750 on the rear carbon fiber sections. And I just kind of stuck this GSXS sticker on the chain guard. And I have a GSXS sticker down there as well. Still kind of playing around with the orientation or the locations of the stickers, but I really like these two 750 stickers. Those will probably be staying for sure. I think I like these GSXS stickers as well. I just have to yeah, I think I like them. But anyways, guys, thank you for being here. Long time coming to this. We're almost about 85-90% done with the original build plans. Of course, I'm going to be adding stuff non-stop to this thing. I'm trying to make this a completely unique bike. If you haven't seen my previous build series videos, go look at those, go check those out. You can see all the initial plans that we had in mind for the build. What else? What was I going to say? So yeah, I still plan on doing a lot of more upgrades. I'm trying to make this bike as unique and as premium as possible. And so far, I'm absolutely loving it. Quick shifter still coming. Still gonna paint the tank, or not paint the tank, but strip the tank of its material, of the matte black material, and get like a brushed aluminum look for the tank. So it's gonna be all right here. This is the tank. This is the tank cover. So all of this will be brushed aluminum, similar to the Ducati V4R. If you guys have seen that bike, many of you probably have. That's a little bit of the inspiration I'm going for. Brushed aluminum tank, even though their aluminum tank isn't brushed. It's just the bare material aluminum, which also looks good, and I've also considered that. But I have plenty of time. By the time it comes to me doing that, I can kind of look at it before I brush it and see if I like it, and if not, I'll go ahead and brush it. No biggie. But in the meantime, thank you so much for being here, guys. Let's hop on the bike and go for a ride, and we'll talk a little bit more about the upgrades. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys, so as I mentioned, lots of new goodies on this bad boy. So the first thing I did, I didn't have a lot of time to record, and I was just like waiting, so I had time to record, because it takes a lot longer to do things when I'm recording, obviously. And I was like, you know what, F it. I'm just gonna go ahead and install the stuff and get everything done, and I'll end up just like revealing it to everybody later. So I went out one day a couple weeks ago. It's been a couple weeks since I installed the initial set of stuff, which was the clip-ons. I lowered the bike. I put the Lust Racing lowering links in the rear. They had a 1-inch option and a 1.5-inch option. I didn't want to do 1.5 inch, but I think I only had about an inch of clearance to drop it in the front anyways, because there's about an inch before the forks themselves taper off, and you don't want to bite on the part that's not tapered off, obviously. I mean, that's not the same diameter. So I went for the inch option, and I've had those Lush Racing lowering links for a while. I got them, and then I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, and I went back and forth in my head, but I kept them just to have the option, and I'm glad I did, because in the end it allowed me to drop the bike and put the clip-ons up higher on the forks. So instead of being about where the top triple clamp is, it's about an inch higher, so it's a little more comfortable. So I was like, cool, I'll just go ahead and install those, drop the front. And I also, at the same time I did that, obviously I put the clip-ons and I installed my Rizoma front turn signals. So, as you may have noticed in the intro, the Rizoma front turn signals made a huge difference. I'll post some pictures up here and some video, if I can, of the front turn signals, and just kind of, as I talk about the things I did, I'll kind of pop them up on there so you can get a better view. I gotta stop and get some gas up here. I came to my old apartments where I used to live, and went to the top roof because it's a nice view up there and nice and quiet, so I can not be bothered while I get my shit done. So yeah, guys, Lush Racing lower links, lowered the bike an inch around, and I went ahead and installed the Rizoma, the Halo driven clip-ons. These clip-ons are awesome. If I were to do one thing, I may just go with a set of clip-ons that maybe don't have a double pinch. The single pinch seems like it could be a little more easy to work with. The double pinch is super finicky, and you have to be very careful on how much torque you're applying to each side, and you know, getting the gaps even and all that, and it's just more bolts you have to loosen up. And as well, these bolts tend to strip very easily, so you definitely don't want to over torque them. I don't think I ever over torqued them. I torqued them about 14 foot-pounds, 13 foot-pounds, which is what I kind of did my research on it a little bit, and that's what they recommend around that area. But they strip easily, and that's why if you look right here, you'll see I have like some scratches on the top of this Rizoma. I mean, why do I keep calling these Rizoma? On the top of this clip-on, and that's due to me having one of the bolts actually got stuck in there before I even installed it, and I had to put it in the vise just to hold it while I tried to get it out, because I couldn't even get it on the fork. So I messed with that a little bit. You know, I had a little cloth that I had in between the vise teeth, but it slipped off right there, and I didn't notice, and the vise teeth bit down right on that area, and now I just got that ugly ass silver-ish shit right there. But anyways, so yeah, let me pump this gas and I'll get right back to you guys. Jesus, guys, I just paid $4.40 for 89. The gas is ridiculous. It cost me $15 to fill up my damn bike. Anyways, what was I saying before I got really distracted by the gas prices? Okay, so as I was saying, when my bank was emptied, so yeah, anyways, so that's the only thing I was kind of concerned about in regards to this style of clip-ons. Now, the quality themselves of the clip-ons are excellent. I mean, obviously they're Halo driven, so like, it's a well-known, damn, did I want to go this way? Should have went that way. Yeah, I'll go the other way. It's a well-known brand. The quality of the clip-ons themselves are awesome. Obviously, I just put them on, so I don't have a ton of experience with them, with these particular clip-ons. But obviously, I've owned sport bikes in the past. But so as far as the clip-ons, I think I finally got them at a good angle. At first, I had to. The initial problem I ran into was I had to angle them really wide. doing? What you doing? You gonna stop? So I had to angle them really wide because that was just limitations due to the factory brake reservoir and the size of it and the bulkiness of it. And the brake line itself had a bulky line coming over the top. And I tried to basically, in order for me to get this clip on all the way down to where it was sitting on top of the triple tree, that this side over here had to be at a certain angle because the brake line and everything was running into the top of something. I can't remember exactly what it was running into, but so initially I tried to fix that by rerouting the brake line, but it didn't work. I just ran into more issues. Like I tried to fix one thing, it would cause another issue, and the angle of the reservoir itself, it was like super high. So, you know, when you're riding a bike, you want the angle of your brake lever and your clutch lever to be at the same angle as your arms, and so that you're not having to like reach up and go and grab over it kind of. But it was like super high. It was like up here, if you can see my fingers. So instead of me just being able to reach out like that, it was more like way up here. So I was like, fuck it, let me go ahead and order the RC19 Brembo kit. And I ordered the one that comes with the reservoir kit. They do have it by itself. I went ahead and got the one with the reservoir kit. I do think I'm gonna switch this reservoir out later with like a Rizoma piece. So it's got that like tinted, clear. It looks a lot nicer than this standard, you know, plastic. But yeah, so I ordered that. Had that coming in. Then I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and order the Spiegler stainless steel brake line kit, front and rear. So I ordered that. Waiting for that to come in, and I got most of everything installed as far as the Brembo, the reservoir and everything yesterday, or Friday or Saturday, and then yesterday I installed the stainless steel brake lines, or something like that. I might have installed I can't even remember, all of it's blurring together. I might have installed the reservoir like last weekend. No, I couldn't because yeah, the brake lines weren't gonna fit. Yeah, so I pretty much installed everything yesterday. It just went so smoothly. It feels like I did more. Or it might have been Saturday, but either way. This bracket right here was silver. I brushed that up, sanded it up real nice, painted it matte black. Looks a lot better than what it did. It just stuck out right here. I don't have a problem with silver. It's just like, especially since I'm gonna have the silver tank, I almost thought about just brushing that to a point to where it was like aesthetically pleasing, you know, like a brushed aluminum bracket. But it just wasn't. So I started brushing it with like a wire brush, and then that wasn't really working. So then I used sandpaper on my little drill or my Dremel. That came out a lot better, but overall just decided to go ahead and paint it, and I'm glad I did. It just looks nice and OEM looking. I got the reservoir mounted in an awesome place, given that this is like a custom fit thing. It's nice and sturdy, sitting right on top of the clip-on here, the clip-on bracket. And it looks amazing, so I'm happy with that. Now, as far as the reservoir itself, I haven't really played with a lot of the sensitivity settings. I know you can adjust the sensitivity, I think, of the piston. Like when you squeeze it, you can adjust the feel of it to be more aggressive or less aggressive. I haven't played with that much yet. I'll be playing with this more often and be giving more feedback on that later. So far, I love it. The transformation all together with the stainless steel brake lines and the Brembo kit is night and day. It just bites. Like it's crazy how much less of pressure I have to use with my actual fingers to get the same amount of braking, pretty much. So it's not to say that the brakes before were bad. I would go as far to say that they were actually really good, especially for an $8 grand bike, you know, a bike like this that didn't have Brembos or nothing. It was just Nissans, and Nissan Master Cylinder, I think it was. They were good. I could stop on a dime on that thing, but I did have to press the brakes a little harder. Luckily, my fingers are like ridiculously strong. It's just one stupid trait about myself. So I never had a problem with them, honestly. But that being said, now I'm kind of having to readjust and just not squeezing them so hard because it's just so bitey. Oh, and I also upgraded the pads. I've had some Double H centered pads for months. I was waiting to put them in. Finally put those in. So basically, the entire braking system has been upgraded, except for the rear master cylinder. The rear master cylinder is still the OEM Nissan. But you know, that's the rear, so it's not a huge deal. So the front master cylinder, the lines, and the brake pads have all been upgraded. And the rear lines and brake pads were upgraded. So altogether, it's just a better performing machine because of it, you know? Now, it feels the bike is, I guess I'll jump into the feel of it since I lowered the bike. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, when you lower a bike, you're losing performance and this and that, but not really. If you do it correctly, the only thing you're really giving up is ground clearance. Of course, I'm not around here dragging knee on the streets. I've never been a knee dragger on the streets. I mean, it's just, I feel like I am capable, but I don't have a lot of experience doing it. But I definitely would feel like I would be all in, and to get, like if I was at the track, I feel like I could attack that learning curve pretty quickly. But like on the street, that's not the place to practice to me. It's just like, first of all, I don't have the gear for it. So I think that is number one. If I had a suit, you know, who knows? I might get carried away one day. But I don't have a suit, so that's good for now. I don't plan on getting a suit until I'm absolutely ready to go to the track, which I can't wait for. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I want to go. But anyways, getting way off track. So if you lower the bike correctly, which basically means you're not changing the so basically means you're not changing the actual geometry of the bike. If you're lowering it in the correct way, where you're changing both front and rear equally, you'll have the same capabilities, minus the fact that things like, okay, your wheelbase may stretch a little bit, so okay, get a different chain, you can move your wheel in. I almost have my chain pushed up all the way, or my sprocket or my axle pushed up all the way to where it can't be any closer. I think there's a little bit of room left, but the way it sits now, I pretty much didn't gain any wheelbase length how it is. But the main thing I noticed that's different is just the overall stability of the bike. It's way more stable feeling at higher speeds and at just like and in corners. Like once I get it into the corner, it is not going anywhere. It's just sitting there. Like it's just very stable, and that's just because it's lower. Center of gravity, center of mass is lower. But that being said, it is a little harder to get it leaning, and that's due to two factors. That's due to me lowering it and the fact that I put clip-ons on it. So I'm used to, you know, wide handlebars, upright handlebars, which the amount of leverage you get is like exponential compared to this, compared to clip-ons. Clip-ons, once you're riding the bike with clip-ons, you're more. It goes back to you use your body a lot more. Yeah, you're still applying the counter steering pressures where you know, depending on where you need to go, but your body is at play a lot more when you have clip-ons. So, and that's what I'm getting used to again. I love it. I feel like I've gained 10 horsepower riding this bike. I mean, ever since I put these clip-ons on here. I don't know why. It's just a butt feeling. But I love it. Like I just feel faster. I feel like more aggressive and Of course, it's a lot more uncomfortable, but it's not as bad since I angled the clip-ons back again. Before, when I had them at that really wide angle, kind of like a Ducati. Ducatis come at really wide angles, which is why they're known to have a good feel and good leverage from the factory. They just position their handlebars in different places, or their clip-ons in a different place. What the fuck? Why is it raining? Hell nah. Gotta go home. Anyways, so that's pretty much the main difference. But overall, I think comfort is still pretty damn good, especially on the freeway. I feel like I may be even more comfortable on the freeway now than I was before, because of the fact that now I'm leaning into the wind and it almost supports me and takes the weight off of the bars, as opposed to well, I guess I'll stop. You're not getting ran over today. As opposed to sitting upright and the wind's like almost pulling you away from the bike, so you have to like hold on, and you know, like this, how it is now, it's almost like a perfect balance. The amount that I'm leaning forward versus the wind that I'm getting hit with. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. For now, I do have the handlebar mounts installed. I actually reinstalled those yesterday. I took them off. I had them on at first for a while. I was like, I'll leave them. I can even make like a custom aluminum bar that I can put here. And I can, you know, maybe get laser etched, you know, Moto Lever 750 or something right here. Let me know what you think about that, guys. And maybe making it black or silver or red and laser etched Moto Lever 750. But I can also use that as like a utility bar, you know. I can put fucking a navigation on there, or my phone, you know, just mount it right here or something. I like making stuff functional, and I have this here, so I put these back on for now, because without them on, it just looked ugly anyways. Like, all this was just like two holes here, and you can see the inner sleeves where the bolts go through, and it just looked boo-boo. So I put those back on. At least it looks more finished for now. Also, I didn't talk about this, but it's pretty obvious. I put domino grips on when I changed to the clip-ons. I'm loving those. They're super grippy. Actually, a little bit more lean in their feeling too. They're not as bulky feeling. I didn't mind it before, but this definitely gives you a lot. Like, my hand just wraps around it even more than it did before. It's crazy. So I don't know why this flips up now. This used to stay right here. This is my tank bag security attachment. It's basically like, because my tank bag is magnetic, but it comes with this, and it kind of buckles in, and then the bag sits here. But it used to sit right here perfectly. It never moved. Now every time I go, it just, you know, I guess it's the air profile has changed since I put the clip-ons on somewhat. So the air just hits it now. Anyways, overall, guys, I'm super happy with the way this bike is turning out. I am planning on getting another bike as like a commuter, because these gas prices, like you guys just saw, I paid, how much did I say I paid? $4 freaking something. 440 was it? It couldn't be 440. Is it really that high? I don't know, but god dang. Jesus, guys, I just paid 440. That's crazy. So, I mean, yeah, I can commute on this, but it's not the most comfortable commuter, and then, so I want to get a bike that I can actually commute comfortably on, so that I'll be more encouraged to ride more often and save more gas. So now that means I gotta buy a bike though, which means I'm gonna be spending money anyways. But I don't know. Maybe it's just an excuse for me to get another bike. Maybe. Anyway, so the bike I'm thinking of is the Multistrada V2S. I mean, come on, that bike is beautiful. To me, I think it looks visually, it looks even better than the V4S. Like, the whole seat and the tank area, that whole profile, it just looks so much sleeker and nice on the V2S. And a lot of reviewers say it's actually it's more of the better bike for your actual, you know, for just riding, I mean, for the price, you know, it's always compared to the price, or in regards to the price, because obviously there's things that are better on the V4S, but the primary thing is the power. But man, I love this bike. But anyways, yeah, so I'm thinking about getting that, but you know, stay tuned. Maybe sometime in the next couple months. I want to pay off some things first and get myself in a better position before I make that commitment. But so I didn't show you guys the turn signals yet. I'm gonna pull over up here, show you guys the turn signals. They are sequential. They're freaking beautiful. They're bright as hell. Like at nighttime, I could just see them like illuminating off the sides of the bike. And it's kind of cool because the design of them allows you to see the lights from the back too. So if there is somebody, because I don't have turn signals in the back, so if there is somebody like in a blind spot, or somebody kind of behind me but to the side, they'll be able to see the blinkers from the back, and I love that. But I do want to get that same set for the rear, so I do plan on getting those. I just don't have them yet, so in the meantime, that's just a plus for me. But is this thing recording? Anyways, I got an ND filter for the GoPro, so let me know how you guys or what you think about that. Does it make a difference from my last video? It's kind of an overcast day anyway, so it didn't start out that way, so I was kind of excited to try it out, but now it's kind of overcast and probably makes a little less of a difference. But yeah, guys, I love the way this bike is turning out. Hopefully you guys appreciate the transformation as well. I mean, it's amazing, like, what you can do if you just, you know, if you really go all out with your bikes. I mean, you can completely transform them, make them into something they never aspired to be, but they're better for it. I mean, I feel like this bike overall is just it's just been upgraded to another tier, especially with that Brembo braking. I mean, that's one thing you just don't find on these cheaper bikes, and that is one hell of an upgrade. It's just, you feel it in your hand. You just feel like, oh, I'm grabbing something with some quality. You know, the Ride It, you know, I had the Ride It levers on the stock reservoir. I mean, look at this. I mean, they just wiggle. This thing does not wiggle. It's like stiff and solid, and just feels very well engineered, which obviously it is. So yeah, guys, I've had fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Oh no, I can't go yet. I gotta pull over and show you guys these turn signals, and then I'll let you go then. So where am I gonna pull over? Pull over right here, perfect spot. Perfect empty parking lot. Perfect place to end the video. I'll leave the turn signal on. That'd be cool if it was auto canceling, but it's not, but whatever. But there you go, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Let me do the other one for you. Blink. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah, guys, what do you think about my labels? I just ordered the sticker kit from eBay. I love the 750 here. You know, the original location, or for the graphics, there was a graphic here. There was nothing here. It was just a blue graphic. But I wanted to put the stickers where the carbon fiber was, to bring more attention to the carbon fiber. And since the carbon fiber is glossy, you know, it just makes it pop. So, what do you guys think? Give you a little rev. Ah, sounds good. All right, is this thing still recording? It sure is. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's pretty much it. more to come. I think the next thing I'm probably gonna do is the quick shifter. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything as far as, I don't think I forgot anything, but yeah, so next up should be the quick shifter, because and I'm gonna change out this exhaust. That's what I'm gonna do. This exhaust, I mean, it's done its job. I love it. I love how it sounds. I think I just want a different look. I'm just kind of getting tired of it, you know. It's just one of them things. So I'm thinking about getting the MIV double gun, because I mean it's titanium, it looks premium, and it sounds good from what I can see. This could probably be a little bit louder than this. The profile will change a little bit, but you know, I'm up for a change. I'm excited for that. I love how this bracket came out. So the exhaust and the quick shifter are the next bolt-on parts I'm gonna do. The tank I'm gonna do. You know, I'm just kind of being a punk about it. Scared to do it. It's kind of like, don't broke if it ain't fixed. I mean, don't break it if it ain't. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I think the expression is, don't fix it if it ain't broken, or don't. You know. Anyways, but I'm just scared. That's gonna be a big change. You know what I mean? So I think I'm just being a punk about it. But that is coming. I'm gonna do it, because I think it'll just look amazing. And also, I'm gonna do some red pinstriping accents, kind of like to go with these the 750 emblems. Like maybe I'll do like a thin red pinstriping that kind of runs right into the sides of the emblems and then ends up here, something like that. And maybe something similar here or here. Something. I'm just gonna add some kind of red accents, and I still do plan on getting a carbon fiber front fender. I feel like that'll just complete the carbon look. You know, it begins with the carbon, then it's kind of sporadic through the bike, and it ends with the carbon back here, and also on the fender. So, let me open this up. It's getting hot out here. Whew. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about everything I've done to the bike so far. If you have missed any of the previous build series episodes, go ahead and check them out. They're good, they're entertaining. You might learn something if you're curious about the bike, if you're interested in the bike, maybe thinking about getting it. Or maybe you don't even have a GSXS 750, you just enjoy motorcycle content. That's what this channel's for. So go check out those other videos. And let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Peace.